After hearing very rich reports on the outcomes of the 5 regional fora for sustainable development, I will now give the floor to our respondent, the representative of civil society, Mrs. Sara Zaman, member of Women's Action Forum. You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Moderator, respected chairs. The Asian-Pacific region, like many regions in the world, continues to be marred by widening inequalities between the rich and the poor, worsening impacts of climate change, corporate capture, anti-people trade agreements, worsening poverty exacerbated by regressive tax systems, rising debt, illicit financial flows, land and resource grabbing and displacement, and pervasive patriarchy and fundamentalisms, militarism and conflict, and attacks on human rights defenders. The UNESCAP progress report on the SDGs also shows that 2/3 of the SDGs are off track and not likely to be met in the region. From the panel presentations, I agree that there is space in the regional forum to discuss regional priority issues and specific solutions that are more difficult to achieve at the global level. For example, illicit financial flows, trade mispricing, and tax avoidance can be addressed by forming a regional tax body to reform the taxation architecture. For fair trade rules, we can establish compulsory ex-ante and periodic human rights and SDG compatibility impact assessments of tax, trade, and investment policies and agreements in the region. Excellencies, we need to change the nature of discussions at the HLPF. The APFSD, for example, allows space to discuss systemic barriers to sustainable development and have specific action-oriented recommendations in the outcome document, which are nowhere reflected in the HLPF Ministerial Declaration. And this session is only 1 hour long. We propose that regional forums present interim VNRs before submitting them to the HLPF in order to strengthen linkages between national, regional, and global levels. Lastly, the participation of stakeholders in regional follow-up mechanisms should be strengthened. We earmarked financial resources. All regional forums should pre-convene with civil societies, prioritizing grassroots organizations and people's movements with outcomes that officially feed into the forum. I thank you for your audience.